Right now on the phone line with me is Mr. Khan, the former Foreign Affairs Minister for Pakistan. Sir, dramatic developments taking place at this juncture where Pakistan is concerned, especially if you look at constitutionally unprecedented.
Well, this was expected. The Supreme Court had given a decision in April this year, which the People's Party, the President Zardari, and also Yousuf Raza Gilani, the Prime Minister, refused to accept. And this is the style of the People's Party, to confront, not to accept these things, and try and bulldoze whatever they can as long as they can. But today's decision is very clear. They have disqualified the Prime Minister and set aside the ruling of the Speaker. The Speaker had no authority whatsoever under the Constitution or under the rules of procedure and conduct of business of the National Assembly to have given a ruling on the Supreme Court's order. Rulings by the Speaker are given on the situation that arises or the proceedings of the National Assembly, like you have in the Lok Sabha speakership or proceedings. Now, what possibly will happen is that the People's Party and the allies will be looking around for a new Prime Minister, and there are quite a number of candidates, but most of the candidates will be more or less dummies. I mean, they will not contribute very much to the governance in the country. It is a parliamentary system in Pakistan, but in fact, it is the President who is running the whole show, and major decisions are taken by him, and he'll be the one who will be selecting the new Prime Minister. There were one or two, but they have corruption charges against them. So, by and large, in the next few days, the new Prime Minister would be coming, and we might be even going for an election after somewhere end October, November, or February next year. But in our Constitution, we have a provision that there is caretaker government before the elections, like it is in Bangladesh. We used to have them here also in the 90s. So, under the Constitution, the People's Party might bring forward a Prime Minister now, but then that cabinet would be dismissed or dissolved, and a caretaker Prime Minister and caretaker cabinet would come to conduct the general elections in Pakistan.
Sir, it seems that the stage is pretty much set for an open confrontation between the legislature and the judiciary. Is there a possibility that the Parliament could come out and reject the Supreme Court ruling outright?
That would be very, very difficult. I think so. The People's Party would love to do something like that, but I think the coalition partners would not support the People's Party at all. Because the general elections are coming, they would be wanting to fight their elections. They might form alliances and come back, but the People's Party has received a setback. Yousuf Raza Gilani himself has not received a setback. He, in his own area, Multan, will go back as a person who defended the President, who defended Benazir Bhutto and late Begum Nusrat Bhutto in corruption cases, and he would say that I sacrificed my Prime Ministership for the party and for the leadership of the People's Party. So in his own seat, when the elections are there, if he's not contesting himself, his son, who are members of the National Assembly and also of the Provincial Assembly, they will be there, and I think they'll be duly rewarded. But chances of the People's Party winning a majority in the National Assembly after the general elections is very remote. I don't think so they'll be able to get that number of seats, because the performance of the government has been very, very poor. And today and for the past few days, there have been open demonstrations against power load shedding. Electricity shortages there, gas shortages are there, prices have gone up, law and order is terrible. Houses of ministers or who are advisors to the Prime Minister, they've been attacked. So the situation does not favor the People's Party for vote getting at this stage right now, and I think it will continue to deteriorate.